asked for this. We had 2 full body cams that were withheld until after the court case in March. You can
Not
see,
from us.
or they show
We
up
turned.
later.
Look, I know what you're looking at there. You're looking at the thing
Right,
that comes
you provided this one.
Right. And what I'm telling you is, no matter how that looks,
Okay.
I don't care what it says. At the time the prosecutor says I need this video, I download them. I don't play games with them. I download them.
Okay.
I do not play games with them.
Okay. You know, they charged him with things that, had we had this document, we would have had a different conversation in court.
Oh, so this only came after court?
This only came after court because we
did not withhold anything.
Okay.
So she says these weren't there, and you're saying
I'm saying that everything I had was released.
and there's no
Now,
way to prove that.
on occasion, and sometimes we find this, after the fact, we'll find that when it's transferred to the disk, for some reason, it didn't transfer properly.
If it wasn't for my daughter being right there, you guys would have had to come with a body bag.
Well, he might say that there's other charges you can give him, too.
Not providing his name. Yep. Not providing his information. Failure to produce his ID.
Yeah, Ted? Hey, it's Art again. Sorry to bother you on your weekend. This guy is refusing to give us any information at all. I'm still at the PD trying to find his name and everything. We pulled the plates off his cars. None of them are in his name. I looked on Aries. The house isn't even in his name. The only thing I know is his last name is Sawyer. He may have ID in his back pocket, but he says he doesn't have anything in there, which we'll find out when we get down to the jail. But I didn't know if there was anything for refusing to provide information. They don't have to, but if they lie, they're in trouble. Uh-huh.
We asked for this. We had 2 full body cams that were withheld until after the court case in March.
Not from us.
You can see that the evidence was downloaded only in March after we did, and I'm going to use the wrong term, a Freedom of Information Act. So, but what is it in Ohio? There's a different term for it.
Public records.
Public
Open records.
So you can see, what's interesting about this is that this is from the date that it was uploaded. We go through and we see, no, it wasn't downloaded and given to us until we did a public records request on this one. But this is the one that's...
And when did you do the public records in
March.
September?
Well, we did. Our lawyer requested it in court from the prosecutor. September, October, November. Finally, it was, and I can probably find the date that it was
But
downloaded on one of
that's
these.
discovery. That's not records release.
And if they come straight to the police department, it's immediate. First as you do it.
Yeah, as soon as we can download it.
Right.
So does a person know to do that? Like
So we requested for court, so here's September 19th, it was downloaded, and then it was downloaded again in March.
So my take as attorneys ask people that was discovery.
Absolutely.
But
That's
if you got
discovery.
an attorney day one, they should have done, one of their calls should have
They
been
did.
to the chief. They asked the chief.
Well,
Because you're saying it happened in court.
we go to court and ask the prosecutor, you know, because this is exactly
Yeah,
right,
and we
discovery, and we say,
you know, please turn over all evidence, all body cams, all calls, and all of that. And we got almost all of Lingers, and we only got a portion of, is it Nikolai or Nicolay?
Nikolai, you got
Nikolai.
everything that we have.
Okay, except for these two videos, because then we came back after the case was closed, and said, please turn over, and we were very specific in our letter to you, and said, please turn over all of these. So this is the one that I find the most interesting, because it was not released to our lawyer. It wasn't released until after March. But if you look at all of these, they were viewed 5 times. They were viewed, you know, video playbacks once, downloaded this one. This one was viewed 11 times, but never turned over to us until we did a records release. And this video is the one that, to me, shows the most egregious behavior.
These are
These are
Nicholas?
Nicholas. This also shows, yes. So this also shows
She
where...
shows up, or they show up
We
later.
turned, look, I know what you're looking at there. You're looking at the thing
Right,
that comes
you
from...
provided this one.
Right. And what I'm telling you is, no matter how that looks,
Okay.
I don't care what it says, at the time the prosecutor says I need this video, I download them. I don't play games with them, I download them. I keep them on a separate hard drive because there's a 180-day deletion
Right,
on
absolutely.
open records,
And that's
so that
why
we don't
and that's
lose
why
them.
we did the request.
So I
and
keep them
asked
on
for
a
all
separate hard
evidence
drive.
to be
But I download everything that I have.
Right.
And when the prosecutor says, here's a thumb drive from the defense lawyer, put it on there, I put it on there.
Okay.
I do not play games with them.
Okay.
And I don't play games with what I release.
So these were not on there.
I mean, I have the copies you gave me, and once I asked for them, you absolutely gave them to us in March. They were not included in
Did
the
you just
package.
get Lingers at first? Officer Lingers?
We just got one of Nikolai's and Lingers. And so this one, like I said, was interesting because I thought that it was odd that it was played 11 times but not turned down to. And that could just be Taser's weird system. I'm not sure. So it's viewed 11 times. And in this, we have the neighbor saying that they'll put John in a body bag. We have the calls with the prosecutor where they said, no, he didn't fight, no, he didn't do this. And it sounds from the one side of the conversation that Ted says, just drop it. And then Nikolai comes back up and says, no, I found something that we can, that we can use. They charged him with things that had we had this document, we would have had a different conversation in court.
Oh, so this only came after court.
This only came after court because we
did not withhold anything.
Okay.
So she says these weren't there, and you're saying...
I'm saying that everything I had was released.
And there's no
Now,
way to prove that.
on occasion, and sometimes we find this, after the fact, we'll find that when it's transferred to the disk, for some reason, it didn't transfer properly. I have had thumb drives come back from defense attorneys and say, okay, we're missing something, and we just redo it.
Right.
But we release everything, and I do not, damn it, play games with the videos.
Okay.
Period.
All right.